And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy Fly Island Guy. As you can see, new addition to the sim for your boy. I picked up the Aerosoft Twin Otter, and I'm gonna take it for a super quick spin today. Super duper quick spin. When I say super, I mean it's fast. So I'm here in St. Kitts at Bradshaw International Airport. I never know what the full name is, but Bradshaw International, let's just call it that for now. And I'm going to be heading over to Nevis, and that's going to be Vance W. Amory International, I think that's what it's called. So if you don't know, St. Kitts and Nevis is like a twin island grouping sort of thing. So it's going to be a VFR flight. It's going to be really fast, and really it's just all about testing out the Twin Otter, just seeing how it feels and handles. I've done like one flight before in it, just to kind of get like a first impression for myself. So this one will be more of a first impression with you guys. So just kind of going around the exterior of the plane. As you can see, it's modeled extremely well. Like everybody has been waiting for this plane to come out. If you look here, you can see the rust on the engine exhaust, the worn out paint job, and honestly, I think it looks really good. So when you buy this plane, it comes with like a whole bunch of different liveries and different versions of this plane. I think there is version with tundra tires, cargo version, passenger version, a amphibious version as well. So you get kind of a lot of different versions of the plane, and overall, like in terms of like modeling and texture, to me it looks absolutely amazing. So let's jump inside the cockpit. Inside here, it's looking awesome as well. As you can see, texturing is really good. The plane looks kind of worn, not as bad as the outside, but yeah, it does look a little worn still, but overall very nicely modeled inside as well. And look at that, like all down here, like the floor, you can tell it's supposed to be the rubber flooring. All of that looks worn down as well. You can just go back into the back here, set up some wing views. What I normally do in like all the aircraft that I have. But we can just still take a look at the cabin. I hate when my camera does this. Sorry, it doesn't really let me like go 360. It just kind of flips back. But we can see the doorway here, and I believe you can open it from the front. Yes, you can. But overall, the cabin is modeled really well too. You got your passenger cards and everything in the back. Your safety cards. You can't pull these out though, I don't think. No. But yeah, it looks really awesome. So I was really excited to get this plane. Now, having said that, I have been seeing some complaints in the forum about certain aspects of this plane already. Legitimate bugs. Some of them have to do with the dials not working, like some of the dials not working properly. Some have to do with I saw one interesting one that had to do, was that a plane like on top of it? Pretty sure it's not supposed to be there. Sorry. I saw another one talking about the propeller, how even when it's not feathered, it just looks totally flat from the side. I guess we could take a look at that. Some people are saying like kind of weird dirt marks or whatever on the cone of the propeller as well. One of the big ones that you're going to hear has to do with the actual audio for the aircraft. And that's one thing that's kind of messing it up for me a little bit. It could be better. It was almost like Aerosoft was like, we put so much hard work into this plane. The sound is good enough. It's definitely better than next gen simulations on Embraer 110, which they've improved the sound, but honestly, it still kind of sucks. It's not, to me, it's not quite where it's supposed to be, but it's a lot better than it was before. So let's get this plane fired up and let's take it for a quick spin. And let's just see what it has to offer. All right, so there we go. We'll go through the checklist. I'll try and move through these pretty quickly because there's going to be a ton of videos out there really reviewing this aircraft in depth, and I can tell you now that this isn't the channel for that. I am not really good at like going through aircraft in depth because a lot of times I'm really just trying to learn when I'm flying them along with everybody else. And so first thing we're going to do is the before starting checks. Now, one other thing I don't like is the checklist doesn't actually like move around in the cockpit. So I think that's kind of weird too. It's like, what's the point of having this checklist if you got to kind of like learn, you got to kind of go look for yourself and look around to see where everything is. All right, so first thing is a control lock. We're going to get rid of that. Control lock's done. Parking brake is set. If you heard that sound, sounds really great. The emergency fuel switches. So those should be normal. So I'm not 100% sure where those are. As I said, I've only really gone through this once before. So I'm going to have to remember where those are. I think it's these guys here. Those are normal. And the fuel selector is, right here. This is at normal as well. Fuel boost pumps are off. Cabin light and signs. That's going to be, I took a screenshot. Didn't mean to do that. That is up top here. So let's see. Fasten seatbelt sign. Oops. What am I doing? We haven't really given the plane power yet, so I don't know if I'm actually supposed to do this. The position light, turn that on as well. Pitot heat. I'll find it at some point though. Alright. Let's keep going through the checklist. We don't really need it anyway because we are in the Caribbean. The generators are off. This is the generators here. Oh, Pitot heat right in front of my face. Off, fine. Generators are off. Flaps are up for sure. Fuel levers are off. Prop levers are full forward. It's supposed to be there. So the power lever is supposed to be at flight auto, which it is, and the ignition is normal. So ignition's over here on the left side, and I believe that is normal. Yep. DC source and master to bat battery. So, and on. Sounding good. Fuel quantity is fine. So we'll check that as well. So with that, we are already onto the engine start checklist. Okay, so let's just go back outside the plane again and let's see how things look. There should be some lights on now. That's our nav lights. Good to go. Is this guy on? Nope, it's not on. All right. Let's get back in. All right. Engine start batteries. So we want our forward fuel boost pump to be on. So that is this guy here. All right, starter engage right, and then we're gonna check that the right oil pressure is rising and NG is stabilized at 14, and then we'll move the fuel lever, the right fuel lever to on. Okay, so let's go up top. All right, and starter engage right. If we go outside, we should see the prop start to spin. There you go. All right, and we're going to be looking at the oil pressure, which is here. Looks like it was rising. Yep. And the right NG is stabilized at 14%. Looks like it's a little higher than that, but that's fine. And go to the right fuel level on. So there. Alright, so it sounds good, although it kind of just like cut in really fast, right? I don't know if anybody else heard that. Sort of wish there was more like kind of wind up to get it started. I don't know, maybe that's just me. So we're just going to kind of repeat the process for the left engine now. Which is pretty much going to be, this is gonna go left, I think. Alright, now we're gonna check our instruments. Positive oil pressure. NG's at 14. And we'll go ahead, give our left fuel. Yeah, that audio is not feeling it, man. Like it just cuts in immediately. Sort of weird. Now once the engine is started on the aircraft, it sounds great. It sounds amazing to me. But iffy. Alright, so now that that's done, gonna check the T5 and NG gauges, make sure they're at 42%. They don't look a little above it. Not too sure why though. Yeah, look a little above it, but it's fine, I guess. We'll just assume everything is fine for now. And starter should move back to the center. I just heard it click back, so all of that's alright. After start checks, power levers are at idle, which is fine. The generators should be on. Are the generators? Double check that. Oh, sorry, that's generators. That was actually the ignition that I was supposed to check before. So make sure the lights are out. And yep, lights out for the generators. Compass and gyros, make sure that's all set. Caution lights. See the boost pump. 1, 2. Aft pressure is low. Oh, so I was supposed to turn that on, I think. Yeah, there you go. Forgot to do that. Cool. Altimeter clock set. Let's just get the rest of our lights on. Anti-coil, position lights. I don't really know what anti-coil is. It's really weird. Caution lights, appropriate. Yeah, I think that's it. Turn the taxi light on now as well, since we're just about to taxi. And I think that is complete. Okay, we'll check the brakes when we are on the way. Cool. Alright, I think we're pretty much ready to go. Alright. So here's one of the things that I have an issue with the sound. I don't know if it's going to happen now, but if I try and go into beta, you hear that? It just kind of cuts in and cuts out. So that was another issue that people mentioned. Alright, so we're just going to taxi here straight onto the runway and take off. So we're going to come here, we're going to do our run-up. We're going to do the run-up check, which is parking brake, which is set. We will arm auto feather. Anti-ice, we don't really need it, and we don't really need the autopilot either for this flight, so I'm not going to be worrying with that. Before takeoff checks, fuel quantity is fine. Fuel boost pumps are on. Rudder trim tabs are set to 10 degrees. So rudder trim, I think that's here. So takeoff. So we're looking right here to match it. So it's cool. Finance means check, navcom radios. Not worried about those. Okay, prop levers. Full forward. That is done, I believe. Yep, full forward. Auto feather selected. I was trying to find out for a while before. This guy here. I don't know if green means it's on or not. Actually, that looks pushed in. So auto feathers on. Flaps set for takeoff. I believe that is on top. We're about 20 degrees of flap for takeoff. There you go. Engine instruments are within limits. pitot heat is on. We don't need it, as I said. Anti-ice is required. Flight controls. It's looking good to me. Transponder, I'm not worrying about that today. Landing lights. Landing lights. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Why can't I find the landing lights? Oops. Should be around here somewhere, right? I really gotta learn this plane a little more. Anyway, let's just assume they're on for now. Alright. I will check all of these. I'll go back and look through this afterwards. And we'll check these as well. Alright. So we're just gonna come here and just do a quick takeoff. Rotate. Alright, so as you can see, I mean, the aircraft flies really well. Go ahead and bring the flaps up. just do a quick turn here. Get a view of St. Kitts off to our right. Of Basseterre, the city. So just pull back our RPM levels a little bit. And we're just gonna climb to maybe 3,000 feet. I don't want to really go too high, because the airport that we want to land at is literally off to our left. It's kind of back around this way. So overall, like with the sounds of the aircraft, it's like it has the sounds that we need are all there, but they're just not kind of fleshed out properly. So the sounds are amazing, but they just don't flow like how they're supposed to. So it's a bit of a letdown for me. It's like somebody like me who's a sound guy. Alright, so the airport is actually off right here to our left. So we're just gonna kind of get ready to land. That's another cool thing as well. The aircraft actually comes with, I guess is the ground position warning system. So you do have the call outs and all of that when you're landing. It's pretty cool for a smaller plane. Love flying around the islands, man. Just take a quick look outside. I can't really do that though. I always lose control of the aircraft. What we will do is I don't know if you guys could see the propeller. Somebody was talking about how the propeller isn't like, it's just like flat. Doesn't look how it's supposed to. Alright, let's get ready for landing. Airport is straight ahead of us. So flaps are fully down. Kind of hard to control. And you have your joystick. Alright, so runner is straight ahead of us. I'm doing about 80 knots. So this approach is kind of weird because there's this hill right here. Kind of right here that you have to avoid. It's kind of in the way of the approach. So we're kind of flying over it. Just making our approach sort of steep. Should really more come just from the left.
Sink rate 500. Sink rate.
We're all lined up. Should say we're probably a little right.
Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, so not the best landing. But here we are in Nevis. And I absolutely love this scenery. We'll go ahead and park right here. Alright, so we'll get some of these lights off. Still don't know where the landing lights are though. Still have not seen it. Cool. We'll get the no smoking sign and seatbelt sign off. And feather props. And we'll cut the fuel. That is it, folks. Alright, so that was just a quick flight in the Twin Otter. As I said, like I don't know, my hopes were like pretty high up for how this aircraft was gonna come out, and I think they've done an amazing job with the modeling. The sound is a no for me. Like, they have all the right sounds. It's almost like if you're baking a cake and you had the eggs and the flour, but it was like just the egg whites, and you're using whole wheat flour instead of regular cake flour, and you're using just salt instead of sugar. Like, all the ingredients are supposed to be there. All the ingredients are there, but they're just not quite being used right. So for a lot of people, it's sort of breaking their immersion. It's breaking the immersion for them, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. And I'm just kind of picking out a few points. There's definitely some other valid points that people have brought up. Even issues with the autopilot and that sort of thing, which I didn't use in this flight because we were just like hopping from one island to the next. But I'm gonna fly this aircraft more, and I'm gonna kind of use it how I normally use it for all of my flights. Really, kind of using the autopilot, all that good stuff, and seeing if I could pick out, see anything weird, anything else weird that's going on. Overall, I think it's almost a quality aircraft. There are definitely some issues that need to be worked out. If you kind of go and look at the forum, maybe look on Reddit, you can see people kind of point out issues that they found with this aircraft. But it's almost there. And I think I'd say once that first hotfix comes out that addresses some of these issues, this aircraft is definitely going to be worth the money. But I'm going to keep flying it for now, and seeing if I run into any other kind of weird issues, and I will let you guys know. So as I said, there's lots of cool videos out there if you want to see kind of more in depth how all this works. For me, this is just like a quick first look at this aircraft. But let me know what you guys think. If you've flown this already, what are you guys' thoughts on it? I'm really curious to hear about that. All right. Oh yeah. And I also forgot to mention, in terms of like other features here, of course this aircraft has like doors and stuff that you can open. If you look at that, this is the front cargo, and on the side here is the rear cargo. And I believe this guy here opens as well. Boom. And if we go to the back of the plane here, where is the seat? So I believe this guy opens as well. Yes, there you go. Nice. So there you go, full aircraft with all the doors open. You get all the bells and the whistles. Like, all of this stuff is awesome, and it's great. Like, definitely a lot of work has been put into the aircraft, but as I said before, there's still a couple things about it that need to be solved, and I think once those issues are addressed, this aircraft is going to be absolutely worth the money that you pay for it, which I think for me is about 35 to 40 Canadian dollars. So as I said, check it out. Let me know what you think. I know this was kind of just a really quick review of this aircraft. Lots of great in-depth reviews out there, kind of really go more into the systems. I don't know too much about the Twin Otter, that's why I'm not really kind of going in depth about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll talk to you all later. This is your boy Flyland Guy. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe, and most of all, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.